Wellspring of Joy, Lesson 2. Satu and Mapu. When Satu arrives at the elementary school, Mapu is sitting alone on the steps with her arms around her knees. Mapu, he calls. His sister looks up and sees that she had been worried. Satu's heart feels heavy. Satu, you are late. Are you all right? She asks. He puts his hand on her shoulder. I'm sorry to be late, Pamu, he says. We will have your favorite meal when we get home. How's that? Mapu smiles and takes his hand. On the way home, she tells Satu about her day. As she walks, Satu's mind goes back to the test in his bag and the big red mark on it. He looks at his sister. She's doing well in school, he thinks to himself. Maybe Pamu can make our parents happy. Once they're home, Satu sweeps the kitchen floor and then brings a big pot of water to boil and cooks a noodle. Pamu sets the table. Satu places the noodles and the sauce his mother made on the table, and they began eating. Pamu notices that Satu is not talking much and asks him why he's so silent. For some reason, I was remembering going to the forest and picking leaves, mushrooms, and sour fruits when we were in refugee camp, he responds. That was hard, but also fun, says Pamu. Satu nods. Everything feels different here, doesn't it? Pamu realizes that her brother is sad. She tries to cheer him up and says, Don't forget that Mother said you can spend the weekend with Uncle Wen and Aunt Claire. Their restaurant is such a nice place. Satu cannot help but smile as he thinks of Aunt and Uncle and their love for him. Activity 1. Divide into pairs, and each of you can take a turn reading the story with your partner. Activity 2. Discuss the following questions in your group. Write down the answers in full sentences. Number 1. Why has Pamu been worried? Number 2. What does she tell Satu about as they walk home? Number 3. What does Satu think to himself as he listens to his sister? Number 4. What do Satu and Mapu do when they first arrive home? Number 5. What does Pamu ask her brother as they eat? Number 6. What does Satu remember about being in the refugee camp? Number 7. What does Pamu say to her brother about the weekend? Activity 3. Now read the exercises below and circle the answer for each. Number 1. Satu's heart feels heavy. This means that A. Satu feels sad. B. Satu has a heart disease. C. Satu has gained weight. Number 2. Satu's mind goes back to the test in his bag and the big red mark on it. This means that A. Satu opens his bag to look at the test. B. Satu is having trouble thinking clearly. C. Satu remembers that his grade he got on his test. 3. Mapu tries to cheer up her brother. This means that A. Mapu tries to make her brother feel happy. B. Mapu cheers and claps for her brother. C. Mapu laughs at her brother. 4. When he thinks of his aunt and uncle and their love for him, Satu cannot help but smile. This means that A. A smile comes naturally to Satu when he thinks of his aunt and uncle. B. Satu tries to smile but he cannot. C. Satu needs help to smile. Activity 4. Make sentences with each of the words below. Heavy, parents, forest, hard, oils, silent, realized, worry, notice, meal. Activity 5. Next, complete each of the following sentences using the words above. The mechanic told her not to blank about the engine in her car. He would fix it for a fair price. 2. The blank spoke to their children about the importance of telling the truth. 3. Water blank at 100 degrees Celsius. 4. Yale received a good grade on his math test after days of blank work. 5. She asked her son to pick up the blank bag and carry it into their home. 6. They were in the library, so everyone was blank. 7. The family likes to spend time walking in the blank and enjoying the beauty of nature. 8. Zuena was so busy that she did not blank how much time had passed. 9. The students blank that they can accomplish more when they cooperate. 10. The family invited to join them for a warm blank. Activity 6. Now from what you read here in Lesson 1, every member of the group should try to write 3 or 4 sentences about Sawtooth's family.